So one of the problems we always have here on the homestead is we're constantly losing tools, we're constantly working on stuff, moving stuff around, and we can't remember where we put it. So one of the things that we worked on here recently was a DIY cheap and easy tool organizer. I'm going to show you what we built today for our larger tools and our smaller tools. This is really cool. It's very cheap and easy to do, and that's why I like it. So here we go. So one of the things that we found is as we were building out our barn here, and that's a video for another story that's going to be coming up here soon, but we were losing our space to store our tools. So something we created, which I think is really cool, I'm going to give Jessica the credit for this, is these little, so we took just some scrap 2x4s that we had, that you can see here Jessica did stain them a different color, but she also took some PVC pipe. And this is, I think, 1/2 inch pipe, and more or less just toe nailed these in. You can see the little screw there. And now for our smaller tools, you can take them, pop them right in there. You always know where they are. So we're actually going to build this on down the wall as well. We've still got a bunch of more tools that you see over here that we're going to be adding to this, but just a super cool setup. And something else that she also did for this was like our charging battery. So of course, for pretty much every tool that you get, I've got a lot of Cobalt stuff here, but for every tool that you get these little charging packs. So she actually mounted those onto the 2x4, and we've got them all set up now to where we can just constantly have them on here. If we ever decide to move them again, we just pop off a few screws and move the whole thing. So very cool setup. And then the other piece, since we went with the 2x4, we can store our smaller stuff like smaller levels up here, measuring tapes up here, drill bits, and then screw head ends, stuff like that. So just overall a very cool setup, a good way to organize. And again, this is for our smaller tool setup. We have something different for our bigger tools, and I'll take you out back and show you that now. But just really impressed with what Jessica came up with and wanted to share this out. But like I say, all this is 2x4, some 1/2 inch PVC pipe that she just cut off into smaller little sections, and then just drop the ends of the tools in, throw a screw through the back of it, just like that right there. And you've got yourself a good small tool organizer if you don't have just a ready toolbox or something like that. So love this setup, makes everything easy to get to. Now I'll take you out and show you our outside tools. So this is our outside tool setup, and this is the part that really saved us a lot of room. So what she used back here was, we had some just old decking boards sitting around, and we had some, I think this is 2 or 3 inch PVC pipe. And again, it's the same concept. I'll show you down here. You just throw a screw right through the top of it. But something she did a little bit different for these, because these are longer tools, so they wouldn't flop around and stuff, was she actually built the same thing on the bottom, as you can see there. And then they more or less just, you know, line up. You can slide your stuff in and out just like that right there. And as you can see, if you needed to turn something a little bit to get something in there, these will turn. So it's just one screw, so they got some flexibility to turn. But this saves a ton of room in our barn, being able to have all this stuff took out of it. And then also she added on sort of like some little screws and stuff down here, so just to put some of the stuff that won't fit down in these holes. So now we just got a little place for them as well. So very cool setup, very nice for room saving, very cheap to put this stuff together. Most of the time you can build it out of scrap stuff, but even if you went to buy this stuff new from Lowe's, you could probably do it for under 30 or 40 bucks for the whole thing for several tools. So just really like this setup. It's very nice, and like I say, this gets all your bigger tools out of your barn or out of your storage building and gets them outside. They're going to be used outside anyway and get dirty, so it just makes sense to have them outside and not taking up room that you can utilize for something else. So very impressive, good idea, and just thought this might help some people out who are trying to think of ways to organize their tools. So I hope this little quick tip will help others out, just to kind of give you some organizational ideas for your tools and so forth. This was a huge help for us. It saves us a lot of room, because we are doing a lot of different projects in this building, and we are losing more room by the day in there. So it's definitely going to help us out a lot there. But I hope this helps everybody out. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. If you have some better organizational stuff that might help us organize stuff here a little bit better, share that with us, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up, and we appreciate y'all for watching. Bye, y'all.